Thank you so much for being part of this. Today is the last day of the IFA, and we have the honor to have almost the last talk of this amazing time. So, Augenringe are already there. We have had a good time together. And yeah, thanks for having us. So normally, big brands are here on this amazing stage. And we've seen so many amazing products and big brands presenting it. And now here comes a very small brand called SHIFT. So who knows SHIFT already? Okay, quite a few people. That's good. It's more than last time when I spoke here last year. So we build smartphones, and the smartphones are modular. You can see more about that in other talks that I did. And I don't want to talk too much about that now. When we began this small company, people said it's impossible. You will not succeed. You can't start a small startup building smartphones. The smartphone business is a big place, and you're just so small. And they said, it's impossible. You will not succeed. And I want to encourage you, if people tell you it's impossible, don't stop to follow your dreams. Don't stop to do what's on your heart. I want to show you a little bit where we come from. So this is no stock photography. I just went out in the field. This is the place where we live, on this little castle. My brother and me grew up. And this town has less than 800 people. And we run SHIFT from this little village. So, you know, when people tell you it's impossible, just think about, I like to go in the forest, and those big, amazing trees who give home to birds and give shelter, they have been little seed in the beginning. And just remember that as you walk your life. And that is more important to us than, you know, selling products or so. And even Steve Jobs began in a little garage. And also there's this little girl on Fridays sitting on stairs with a sign. But it has moved a lot of things. So never underestimate small. I have a t-shirt at home that says, great things have small beginnings. So be encouraged if you are small, especially I speak this to the startup scene, but whatever you do, just follow your dream. And you know, in the beginning when everybody was saying, it's impossible, you will not succeed, there was at least one person that believed and that trusted. And that is my brother. Maybe you can come up on stage. So my brother Samuel and me, we run this company together. And maybe you can take off your mask because we are brothers. It doesn't matter. And it has been such an amazing time running this small business together. And this is such an important thing for me, that I can do that with my brother. And so one thing also I want to encourage you, when you do that, find people that you can trust and that you love. I will talk more about this a little later. Thanks so much. So you can see here also in the background, this is the area where we come from. We love this planet, and we want to preserve this planet, and we want to treat everybody, and especially also this planet, with as much love as possible. There's one other thing I want to share with you. And the other thing is that I want to encourage you to do something that makes you happy. What we are doing at SHIFT is we build products that we want to have ourselves. Basically, we are our own target group, and we just love the things we do because it is what we always wanted to have and nobody else has built so far. So I want to share with you a little bit what has come out now. It's the 6MQ. It's a high-end Modular smartphone is the most modular high-end smartphone ever built in human history. And that's something we totally love, because you can open it, you can repair it, you will get spare parts and so on. It is high-end, it has an 800 series Snapdragon processor, it has dual lens camera, and what you would expect from a high-end phone. And also now we are very excited because we also begin to build notebooks or detachable notebooks, 2-in-1 or all-in-one if you want. And they're also quite different. They're fully modular, the most modular tablets ever built also. They're repairable, everything's repairable about it. They have a hybrid cooling innovation. You can have a silent mode and a power mode. And that's also really important. Also maybe for your life it's important, because we have power times and we have silent times. Make sure you have enough silent time. You can change memory, and we have a multi-touch keyboard. This multi-touch keyboard is by our friends, Clevitura, and we love working together with others. And they're really clever, so Clevitura is doing this keyboard where you can touch everything. Every key is a touch surface, and you have like 10-finger multi-touch on your whole keyboard surface. So you don't need a trackpad, you don't need those things. So our laptop has a multi-touch screen, multi-touch keyboard, and also a pen like an iPad Pro or so. I think you will like it, and I think also people in school will like it. Working together with others is very important to us, as I said already. So we also are very excited about this company, WeTel, who is beginning to start now in September to offer service. So right now we don't have our phone bundled with a SIM card or provider. Everything is free as possible. But we love those guys, and we want to work together with them. So keep an eye open for them and see what is going to happen. And also, I want to share another company. It's also quite crazy. Ecosia, maybe most of you know it. They have planted more than 100 million trees so far. They're the biggest native tree planter on this planet. And we also want to work together with them and also share those things, because we all have something in common. We all are social business or purpose companies. That's a totally different way of thinking. And this is also something I would love to encourage people, because this planet is just changing so much. We are heading towards an amazing shift that is going to happen. And it's very important how this shift is coming about. So, dare to share is something that we would put in your hearts. This is why we do not put patents on our technologies. It's open and free to copy for people, which is also quite different. And we love to work together with others. So actually, this is our main goal of the company. It is to do as much good as we can and to do as little harm as possible on the way. And that's really, everything is being optimized to this goal when we do something. With all the resources we have, we try to do as much good as we can, as little harm as possible. So if you want to know more about that, it's a lot of things that we do, a lot of projects. I can't talk too much about it now, but please go to shiftphones.com/impact and also listen last year's talk of the IFA Plus Summit. It's online, where I talk a little bit more about this shift and this change to happen, and why it's so important that we have this whole spectrum of values in our minds, and not just money and power. Because if we only think of money and power, we will not see those amazing things that could happen if we change in that shift. So I want to share one little project with you. This place you can see here is a place that we just got last year. It is an old mill on a very big lake. This whole area was sold by an energy company, and the town where we live and where this area belongs to, they didn't have the resources to buy that place. And they were really afraid of, some big company just buying the place. It was, also you could have put some industry there. And it's this amazing nature place. And also all the farmers in the area, they were really much afraid of this area. They would lose all their fields, and all the farms need to close down. So when we heard about that, and the farmers were in the newspaper saying, well, we don't know what to do, we came together and we started this project to save this place. And this place is located right next to this lake. This lake has the biggest windsurf club in Germany, or second biggest, but biggest one in about a few weeks. And people love that place. So now it looks quite empty. That was in the evening 2 weeks ago when I went out. Normally it's also crowded. People are swimming there and so on. So we just think we have such an amazing planet. And we want to keep that planet for people to experience nature, to experience spending time with other people, and to do things that really matter to them and make them happy. So that's one thing. You should always do things that really make you happy. Don't do things that you're forced to. So when we go out of the store later, I would like you to remember 3 things, mainly, if possible, of this talk. If you forget our products, it's not bad. You can find information about that somewhere online. But I want you to remember 3 things. One thing is, do the things that you love. So, not just go somewhere by force to just earn some money and work to get higher up in the hierarchy ladder and whatever. Do something that really fills your heart. Because you can't take anything from this planet. In a few years' time, every one of us will be at the end of his life. And when we then look back, what was it important to live for? What do I remember? It will not be your bank account at some specific time. It will be the things that filled your hearts. So do something that fills your heart and not your pockets. So follow your dream, not give up, even if people say you will not succeed. We are maybe a good example for that. The second thing is love the things you do. So when you then go forward and you do it, put all your heart into it. Do it with a lot of passion and not just do some things because we think maybe the market will develop that way and our investors think we have to do it that way so we are more successful and will earn more money. Just love the things you do. And much more important than that, love the people you do it with. So I'm really happy to be able to work with my brother and with amazing friends that we have in this little village. We have this community, we eat together, we live together. And I just want to encourage you to think further than the life you have now. Think what would really make you happy and what people you would like to share your life with. And take time for those people. Spend time. Because, we only have limited time. Actually, time is the biggest resource that we have, the highest value that we have. It's not money, and it's not power. And you can convert money in basically anything. So love the people you do it with, and also love the people you do it for. So your clients, your customers. So build products that make them happy on a long term. There's a German word which I totally hate, and it's called the word Vertrieb. So sounds like you want to chase something away from you. And we think that's totally wrong to think that way. We think every Shift product that we sell is the beginning of a long-term relationship with another person. And that's what's important to us. It's not shipping this good and receiving maybe some money for it. It is starting this relationship and being there for this person, even in a few years' time, when he drops his device and it's broken and he needs replacement parts, to be there for them when they need a video explaining them how they can repair it themselves, where they can get the parts, being there to produce the parts for them. So all of this is very, very important. So whatever you do, and also in other areas, love the people you do it with and you do it for. So those are the most important things I want to give to you. So as you leave, please remember those 3 things. So find some friends you can do it with, and if you don't have any friends, you can contact us, info@shiftphones.com. We will be there for you. And also, if you want to write about what we do as Shift, shiftphones.com/presse. This is where you will get pictures, information, and so on. You know, we as Shift, we are a little different. We don't do advertising. So now I'm here on this big stage, and I'm very thankful I can be here so much. But we don't do advertising in Google or Facebook or anywhere else because we want to spend our money on projects that we think they really need this money and they will change a lot. So actually, all of our money goes there, 100% of the money. So we have no profit distributions ever. This company basically belongs to the planet. It doesn't belong to my brother or me or anyone else. We have no investors. So all the money that we have can go to the projects. And so we are very thankful about anybody talking about it or writing about it. Because this is something that you, as press people, can do much better than we can do. And also, we don't want to manipulate people. We don't want to, you know, do an amazing big manipulation strategy and make people wanting our products. Actually, our phone has a little writing on the back. Do you know what it says on the back? It's a warning. It's like on a cigarette box. It says, warning, smartphones can be time killers. There's no greater gift for you today than the next 24 hours. Use them wisely. People are more important than machines. This is written on every Shift phone that we produce, and also on the other products that we are going to produce in the future. And we really mean that, especially for the young generation. Our time is so important. It's much more important than things we own. So, yeah, please share about it, because what we are starting now is kind of a movement. It is something that will be quite big, I think, in a few years' time, because we don't like acceleration. We like natural growth. We want things to grow like the trees that we've seen before. We want things to grow naturally and slowly, but stable and healthy. This is why we don't like acceleration too much. I know there's this big buzzword, acceleration or disruption, and we've heard it many times now, and we think there's a very big value in healthy, naturally growing things and not over-fertilized things. And we also want to encourage you to maybe think that way. This planet needs, again, more natural growth things, as the many trees that are planted at the moment. And they can even, this comes back to us and can give us fresh air and save very big problems that we have at the moment. So this is what I want to share with you. Shift happens. I'm very sure it's going to happen. The question is, in what way is it going to happen? And this is dependent on each of you. Each of you is one part of the shift because you are born into that time. You are here in time and space as in that time. And you're all part of it. So please think about what does really make you happy in your heart. Not think about the things you own. And think about, when you look back at the end of your life, what you would be happy for. So that's all I want to say. Shift happens. So are there any questions maybe from the audience? Where can you buy the phones? Yeah, mainly online. So you just go to shiftphones.com, and there you have it. So more than 98% of it we sell just online. We also have some friends that we want to support who have like green shops or so, or maybe some stores who are caring a lot about the planet. We also work together with them, but yeah, we don't have distribution channels. We will not be in shops. You will just get it on our website. And yeah, we are planning something next year maybe when I can have a little keynote here or talk something. I will introduce something new that I believe is going to change how we sell things in the future. But maybe that's something for next time. Any other question? So maybe I have 3 more minutes. I just look on the watch. Something that's also maybe important is we have a small production ourselves. That's also a little weird. Most of the companies, they do have some production vendors that they work with and who produce the devices for them. We as Shift have our own little production. It is 10 people, and we have it in Hangzhou in China. And you might think, why do they produce in China? Because they could also do it here in Germany, right? And this is because of CO2 emissions, because most of the parts come from Asian markets. And if you want to build them here, you would need to ship them all over, packed, and the CO2 emissions would be more than 50% higher if we would do it like that. So this is why we decided to not do that and bring our ideas of fair production and a good, nice production place there. And actually, you can have good production anywhere on the planet. It doesn't matter where it is. You just need the right heart and the right people and share with them, and then you can have it there. So that's also something maybe I want to share. So that's it, my time, 3 more seconds. And let's go out of here. There's a planet out there that wants to be shifted. And keep the things in your heart and follow your heart. And see you maybe next year. Bye, everybody.